Very beautiful. Hello, dear. It's wonderful to discover you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and celebrating our sensuality together.
Absolutely.
What a beautiful thing to meet another sister. My mission is to inspire women to celebrate their full self, their liberated self. I believe for many reasons we empowered other teachings that we got from our ancestors, from our upbringing, and some of the teachings has not supported the celebration of our full femininity. And for a while I ran the story of what happened to me in the past and all the reasons why I should not trust men or not truly trust my body. I ran a story that my mother is responsible for me not having a voice to ask for what I want. And one day I realized that she gave me all that she could. And from that moment on, it is my job to awaken myself, to reclaim, to reconnect, to celebrate the God-given energy, the goddess-given energy that has been entrusted in me, which is part of my life force. And it is my honor, my privilege, and the medicine. It is medicine to share the energy of infinite love, to enter the field of infinite love, and to know that at any moment I am celebrating my essence. I'm a great believer that the dance brings the truth. You can't really lie when you gaze into a person deep in the eye, whether it's a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. The energy of love is magnificent when we allow it to be, when we allow it to penetrate into the surface, when we're willing to enter the stillness and gaze with love, see with love. Another element I had to learn is to really trust my inner calling, and also to trust when the moment doesn't feel quite right. That's really has been my key to total freedom, to be able to say, oh, okay, and I'm calling for a change. You know, the ability to say, this moment is not working for me, and trusting that I will know how to call forth the next moment. That's been one of my best keys for personal liberation. To be able to say no, to be able to say, oh, I'm ready for a change.
Okay, good.
Yes, yes. The other key that allowed me to be in my fullness has been to honor my curves. I've been blessed with a curvature body, with fullness. As a result of that, I got lots of attention at the early age in my life. Attention that was too overwhelming to a 11, 12 teenager, young, budding woman to receive so much attention from men. And for many years I hid myself, and I even hid myself by adding a few more pounds, trying to hide my inner beauty, thinking that will bring too much energy, unwanted energy. And one day I realized I'm hurting myself in the process. So I began to look at myself in the mirror. I began to honor my curves, began to bless it, and consciously, on daily basis, gave myself permission to have pleasure. Pleasure is not bad. Pleasure is a form of prayer pleasure, entering the pleasure field, the expanded pleasure field that is available to us, is, I call it the highest form of play.
Mm.
So this has been a beautiful meditation I've been initiating myself into, orienting to inner joy, blessing my curves, giving myself permission to play. And my life has been magic ever since.
Wonderful. Well, I think this is a good moment to just engage a little bit and really honor you for being such a magnificent, demonstration of the Divine Feminine. What a beautiful archetypal beauty you hold, and I totally love what we've done here to reveal it even more powerfully.
Thank you.
And so in your work with clients, what do you think is the most important transformation that happens for them through being with you?
It is so simple, yet so rare to be in an environment of total love and appreciation and being cared for, without any sense of blame or shame. The idea that we can enter a place where a person can be heard, can be seen, can be held, can be celebrated, where there is play, the nature of play. How often do we play as adults? How often do we enter the place of not knowing what will take place, but knowing that the session will be filled with sweet, loving, sensual, nurturing. It can be a time where somebody can share the deepest, most angst or concern that they really need to share with somebody without being processed or without being judged. The sessions provide a safe haven for women and men to surrender into the lovingness of the goddess, into the embrace, the healing embrace of the goddess. May be good for you to ask me that.
Okay, so here we go. So, I know that one of the things that you do when you meet with your clients is you shift them from having their attention on sexuality and some kind of agenda-based sexual engagement with you to a completely different way of being, where it's really about intimacy and sensuality and non-performance and non-agenda. So what would you like to say about the value of making that shift and teaching men and women to let go of this kind of agenda that we have in our sexuality?
If one will be able to make that little switch, it's as simple as a switch, to experience the fullness of the touch and what can be transferred through touch, through eye gazing, through breath, through sharing love. It's such a beautiful field to explore that often gets a shortcut. We go through the shortcut toward sexuality and we rob ourselves of the experience. So I like to, instead of convince men, no, this is what's not going to happen, I like to pretty soon at the beginning of our connection give them a sense of the fullness of my touch with them, and communicating that this is what sexuality is all about.